Got a fucking spider over here. What's up, bro? You want to see me draft? What's up, spider? I got a fan in the building. I don't have anything to fucking kill him with. Alright, bro. If you don't mess with me, I ain't gonna mess with you. Pick 9 today. Pretty sure you know what that means. You're looking at a man that's looking at Puka. Straight up. Ain't no reason to beat around the bush. I don't know what this spider's thinking right now, but we're on the same side, bro. You don't gotta fuck with me, alright? Didn't know you were crashing my crib. Or in my room, I guess, but we ain't gotta be enemies. Yeah. Give me the discount on Puka every day. Where are you going, boss? Go somewhere else. I'm gonna have to get something to kill, bro. Yeah, I still just love Puka. Alright, this dude's freaking me out. I'll be right back. Oh. Confirmed kill. Got the son of a bitch. Alright. Spider down. Pick fucking 2 on the board. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take Genty. I mean, London's also just great because I get the fucking mini. Yeah, I don't think I have any Puka Genty starts in BBM, so let's do that. Killed a spider to start the draft. Let's see how the rest of this thing goes. 33 and 40. We do know we're going to want likely some form of ATL. It's not a necessity, but it is something I would appreciate at some point. Definitely going to want Stafford at some point as well. He's an easy 2 or 3, depending on where our first pick ADP-wise into quarterback is. 2 bye week 8s is not an issue for our first 2 picks by any means. We're 33 and 40. I do still like Kyron a lot. Don't necessarily need to take him here. Could go for the LA double. To be honest, though, I feel like I do that a bit too often. I don't know, we could consider it. If we see Lamar or Garrett fall, that could line up well. I may be a little under-owned on JSN. It is a rough bet to put your faith in Sam Darnold in a new system, to be fair. But JSN Tet isn't the worst thing I could do. I don't think we're looking at Kittle or Daniels for this lineup. Maybe we could go Genty, or not Genty, Worthy at 40. I do like him a fair bit. Reishi now at 46. What's the pick after? 57, 64. What do the running backs look like there? It's the no man's land, but I can take Swift, so maybe I do justify Kittle at the 2nd pick if he's there. I don't hate Kittle into Swift later. Kittle and Pitts is a 2 tight end. I could fuck with that. Yeah, let's do it. I do the opposite so often. I need to switch it up a fair bit. This is certainly a start I have yet to take. Let's queue up Swift. We'll take any of the wide receivers that are at our next pick. Don't have to worry too much about order. Adams, JSN, Evans, Tet, Worthy. I definitely prefer Worthy after the first 2. I mean, Pickett's we even could take if we needed to, but I don't think this is the right team for it. Daniel's off the board. Daniel's Tet. It's a bold move, Cotton. It's a bold move. I don't think I'd take Brees. We'll just go Worthy. Terry doesn't line up for anything with us. Yeah. Theoretically, you could go DJ Moore. It's not a bad pick either. I'm going to go Worthy. For the boom bust, I think he's a pretty high season-long ceiling. If he can carve out, not only improve from year 1 to year 2, but carve out a significant role during the time that Rashee Rice is assumedly suspended. Have we getting any news on that yet? They'll hand it down to us at the last minute. It's going to be interesting to see what they end up giving Rice in terms of suspension. You figure after Addison's suspension, he's locked in for at least 4. But I'm not going to feign knowledge into the NFL's inner workings. 57 and then Swift. Casey, we do know we could work into Denver. I don't want to keep taking fucking RJ Harvey, though. But I certainly could. Could go Odunze into Swift. Take Caleb. I worry about Caleb, though, man. I really do. Could take Slick Ricky. Slick Ricky into Swift, set up for Purdy, Stafford. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. All right. Trevion at value would be nice. Devonta's also tempting. Especially because we would have a game 15 with Genty for Devonta Smith. Buffalo's fairly easy to get into late. Yeah, I'll take the value on Smith. I'm not afraid to switch up when I need to. I'm fairly low on Smith whenever I don't have Hurts, and I still think the ideology behind taking Smith makes a lot of sense. Just that offense in general, returning to mean passing-wise. With him off the board, Pearsall versus Waddle. I don't think we need to go Waddle here. I'll stick to my guts, stick to my plan. And we'll queue up Purdy for later. Harvey can't be the backup, but I would prefer Swift now that I have 2 SF. Be very interesting to see Hubbard there. 10 spots after P, I might have to say, fuck what I was talking about and just take Hubbard. If this guy doesn't take Hubbard, I'd be surprised. Even as a guy who doesn't like Chuba Hubbard, yeah, you take Hubbard. All right. I'm not as insane as I look. All right, Swifty, welcome to the team. Perfect. Next 2 picks. Let's get back to the drawing board here. 81-88. Oh, the rain's coming down, man. Damn. Nice little cozy rainy day draft. Rainy night, I guess. Jaden Reed, I love. But, like, what the fuck? Why'd you have to be in a boot, man? That sucks. So I probably will be avoiding him until we at least get, like, a better indication of the injury severity, length, stuff like that. We'll try to do a little bit of my research so I can give you an informed opinion on his injury. But I love Jaden Reed, and now it just sucks, man. Injuries are part of the game, though. Where are we at again? 81, 88. I mean, I guess Downs has the one game with San Fran 16, but I'm not playing a sprint here. I really do think you should hyper-focus on ceiling or game stacking in this BBM format. BBM. I really don't know who the best play is here. Any ADP value would be nice. We're not looking at Laporta after taking Kittle. What pick are we taking Purdy at? He's 103. We gotta hope we get him at 105. I'm not taking him at 88. Is what it is. I don't think I want to reach on Mooney. Close to 8 spots above ADP either. Small chance we get a value here out of the Detroit players. I doubt it though. Well, Detroit and Minnesota. Hopefully someone takes Laporta before they take Monty. I'd love to get Monty even with the bye week 8. Same time as Genty. I'm a Monty fan. Baltimore can be difficult to work into later unless we take Bateman. It's in regards to Jaden Reed. I mean, if you give me Monty, I'll jump all over that. I don't think we're going to go Mahomes. It'd be a bold play to me. Because I'm not going to go... Is he already off the board? Where the fuck did someone take Kelsey at? 70. Get a grip. Yeah, that's tough. Aaron Jones ain't bad. We'll go Khalil Shakir, though. I want to build out this wide receiver room more. And there's a chance if Shakir, takes another positive leap this year, he can do something. It's also just a factor of the board having more running backs that I'm open to than wide receivers. Like, in my eyes, certainly Godwin could have a higher ceiling than Shakir. I mean, especially from a points per game perspective, it's not even close looking at last year. My issue, though, is, Godwin with no Miami stacking into it just feels kind of dirty, kind of gross. He's really going to hamper your advance rate. So I can really only justify it when I'm playing into some of that Miami. For B-Rob, if we don't get B-Rob, we will just take Mahomes and deal with it, and then probably, play it safe. We'll go B-Rob here. Someone's going to get a value on Mahomes, but I don't want to justify going Mahomes simply based off Worthy, knowing that I want to take Purdy and Stafford. I'd rather take a different angle. So Purdy will be the priority at the next pick. Mahomes fell far there. 105, 112. Hopefully we get Purdy at 105. At 112, though, we have an interesting question. The only Philly we're going to get later for a little bit of stacking with Shakir would be Shipley. Maybe we could go Goddard if we really needed to, but mid-range ADP Goddard, again, is another gross pick when I'm just doing a mini with Khalil Shakir, no Josh Allen, no James Cook. Just the pick in itself, you know who Dallas Goedert is by this point of his career. He's going to miss games, and he's going to be a, very up and down option. Look at this. What part of the Philly offense this year indicates to you that this is going to change massively? Because if it doesn't, then he is doing the same thing as, Okonkwo. 20 points from, one of the least valuable positions, a position that you can make up through the aggregate by drafting 3 instead of just 2. I don't know. Or Gesicki, if Gesicki is healthy, which is a question, admittedly. We can go through this list, but that's the reality. He is doing essentially the same thing as these later round tight ends. So that's just one of the ugliest picks in the draft to me. If you'll give me Jalen Warren value, I will take it. This is scoping out to more so be a team of a lot of value, very few minis. There have been teams that win BBM like that. My personal preference is definitely the game stacking, team stacking method. But if you can hit a bunch of ADP values both during the draft or players that just crush their ADP, you can get it and win BBM just based off that alone. Think like fucking Josh Jacobs in his insane year. Like, if you had Jacobs, if you had Saquon last year, like, you're putting yourself in a really good position to get there and maybe do something with it. If we don't get Jalen Warren here, we did get fucking tiffed at quarterback. Mightily tiffed. Regardless, we will take Warren. Like, I'm not going to be taking naked Baker. I don't think I'm taking naked Dak. Can maybe take May, but that's a tough sell given where it's at right now. My thought process would maybe be you go... He's going to be off the board. He might already be. Where's Burden getting drafted at now? 115? Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get both. We can maybe... Nah, we're not going to get Loveland either. So, taking Caleb here is ugly, even with the San Fran stack. Simply because we have no outlet for it. Yeah, this is rough. What I do happen to do a fair bit in this situation is go like Penix Pitts, which I don't really want to do, to be honest. We'll take Burden, even without Caleb. He's another high ceiling player. I personally think that more likely than not, it'll be DJ Moore that takes the benefit of an Amon-Ra St. Brown role. But there's a slight chance that Burden is the one that takes that role. If he does, I mean, buku bucks for you. There is almost, I mean, there's no world we're getting Caleb at the next pick. That was mainly just to further stack into our San Fran game and get a little bit more wide receiver depth. The reality is we're likely going to have to do a Pitts Penix move somewhere. To do it early in the 130s feels super ugly. Because I'm not taking Herbert, I'm not taking Stroud, I'm not doing any of that. So I may have to bite the bullet. I don't really want to push too far down. We don't have any outlets for most of these pass catchers. Their quarterback's already off the board. So I might just... That might be the case I end up in. There have been stranger things than getting a crazy quarterback value, but I doubt it. The only reason May is even a consideration here is simply because you can get some very late pass catchers in his offense. That's really the only reason. We have no Jets to justify it. It'd be more so an ADP and kind of late wide receiver outlet justification out of him. We'll see, though. Draft's moving fairly quick. 7 spots away. 2 on the board. I mean, theoretically, I could go Herbo into Harris. Even with no Houston, I believe they play... Yeah, they play KC 15. Maybe there's your slight bit of justification. I'll consider it, but... Feels like a bit of a stretch. Admittedly, not as much of a stretch as, you know, Penix Pitts. If we can get Caleb here, I'll feel pretty fucking happy and lucky. We aren't, though, unfortunately. There goes Herbo. I mean, I'll take Drake May this late, and I'll just fucking deal with it. Damn you, son of a bitch. All right, looks like I'm getting wonky and crazy. It's the world that I'm walking into. Hello, Kyle Pitts. How are you? Admittedly, that may have been dumb. Probably go Penix first just to be safe, but this is the world I live in. I should have also checked if anyone had... Aw, shit. Shit. If this guy takes Penix, I'm gonna cry. That's a very real possibility. I should have double checked that. That could happen. Yep. That sucks for me. Alright, we're gonna have to get wonky. I'm going to take Ramondre and just close out here. I think the injury, at least right now, my current consensus on the injury is it's not too much of a problem. And I do just think he's a decent running back depth piece. Closes out our 5 running backs. We won't be taking any more, so we can take Shipley off. Same with Algier. Not going to take McLeod without Penix. We are, again, just at the point where we have to take whatever quarterback value we can get. Miami doesn't play into anything. Carolina, Zilch, Cam Ward. Cam Ward could make sense, even naked. Just we have a San Fran and a KC game for him to play into, game stacking wise. And I think those would likely be our 3 quarterbacks. Even though I like taking Rodgers late a lot, this team doesn't play into any of it too well. Geno doesn't play into it well. AR is mainly just a ceiling piece in a 3 quarterback team. Yeah, I also don't want Dangerous. Well, I don't know. Geno, maybe you could get lucky if he throws fucking Genty a couple receiving TDs, but I still don't like it. Maybe you take Dart if we get Ward, Stafford. Don't take Richardson. That gives us the late game ceiling of him playing in a game against Genty. If he plays, it's not a bad outlet. We'll see how I can fucking land this plane, though. Cam Ward's definitely the right choice, though, here, knowing that we have San Fran and KC to play into. Cameron, come on. Welcome to the team. Camo. Cameroon. And I probably just have to eat Stafford at 160. I don't think I want to go 5 spots after. Thornton could justify Geno. There's a high likelihood that Geno isn't even there. And with no Giants bringbacks, I don't think that's the play. It's such an ugly zone for a wide receiver needy team. Pains me to say that I don't want to take Judkins, but at 160, like, I will still give you full go-ahead. Isaac Guerrero might not mean jack shit to your squad this year. And there's a higher likelihood that, well, maybe not higher, equivalent likelihood that Judkins means something as Guerrero does, especially in this 160 range. And if Judkins does play, you have to assume he's an like immediate high-end RB2. We just got to take Stafford, though. Play it smart, play it safe. Take Stafford. And then we know we have one more quarterback, likely 2 wide receivers, maybe 3. Yeah, I think we probably go just one more quarterback, 3 wide receivers. If we happen to see a running back value, we can run it, but I wouldn't bank on that. What are these next two? 77, 84. Thinking between Richardson and Dart. The reality is like, given how bad my opinion is of AR, there's a decent chance that they play an equivalent number of games. Part of that is dependent on the Giants' front office and how quickly they want to rush him out. I think if they were a smart franchise, they don't rush Dart out, but a little bit of late season spark for the Darter. We also know we have the Vegas game for Genty as opposed to next to nothing for AR. Apart from like one San Fran matchup, 16. Why is Bryce Young still on the board? I definitely think if we can take Geno as the fucking third quarterback, we're just going to do that. I don't know why Bryce Young is still on this board, to be abundantly honest. Alright, at least someone's got fucking a beating heart in this lobby still. Honestly, Wandell won't be bad. A fire that burns. I'm not realizing this entire section of the VOD might get muted because of this song. I guess we'll find out. Wandell goes. Yeah, I think we just... Ah, you fucking cuck. I'm getting cucked out here left and right. Dante, welcome to the squad. I honestly don't like the pick, but 10 spots after ADP can be okay. It feels fucking ugly. I feel like my heart just turned 2 shades darker. Could have gone AR into Pierce. I really just don't have faith in AR. But honestly, fuck it. I've done crazier things. No, I can't. After taking Thornton, I have to take Dart. Get real. Get real, Derek. You're taking Dart with your last pick. That's your third quarterback. What's going on with Nick Chubb? I mean, in the 180s, I'll take Chubb, even though I like Woody Marks more. Yeah, fuck it. My big issue with Chubb, as I've said it time and time before again, the Houston Texans never wanted him to be the fucking week 1 starter. I think they wanted to give him a lot more time, come along, and then be like a spelling back for Mixon in the later half of the season, once he's fully back in. But at 184, it doesn't really fucking matter what I think. Like, if I can draft him right next to Woody Marks, I'd probably prefer Nick Chubb and hope that he's a Derrick Henry level anomaly. And he just, despite age, I mean, granted Henry, you know, never had that fucking happen to his knee. But like, Nick Chubb is an insane human being. There's a chance that he works back faster than other people and takes advantage of Mixon's absence. Earns himself a decent 1-year, 2-year deal after his departure from Cleveland. Someone took Dart? Or did I DQ him? I think I DQ'd him. I don't know why I did that. I mean, if they're going to let me get AR at the fucking 200s, then I may just fuck what I'm talking about, you know? Especially if I can get AR into Pierce. That's enough justification there. Slayton's also good. We would go Slayton into Dart. Alright, take Pierce off. I don't care enough. We'll go Slayton into Dart if we can do it. And that'll be a nice little ceiling jump for our Vegas Giants game. Alright, we can do a review, because I expect I should be able to get these two at the next 2 picks. Start off at pick 9. You know me by now. I'm taking Puka Nacua. Went Genti after, mainly because London went to pick 4, and because I haven't gone Puka Genti yet. I do like Genti. I worry about the offensive line, limiting him to a fair degree. I don't know. It's tough. There is like I think after the Bijan Robinson underwhelming rookie campaign, like people are a little bit worried about Genty. I think Bijan also came to a slightly better position, especially O-line wise, than Genty is, but he's coming in with Pete Carroll, which is nice for him. I think I still just fucking reach on Dart here. And then I'll figure out the second pick. Probably take Ayumanor at the next one. Let's just get Dart. That's a big ceiling jump for us in that week if he happens to play 17 against our Genty Thornton. Going back to this though, yeah. I think people are a little bit under, like, not over adjusting. I think he's pretty fairly priced. But we've seen rookie running backs of Genty's stature come in and dominate, like, to a super high degree. So getting him at, like, the top of the second feels good. Went Kittle because I knew I wanted to take Swift here. Worthy, player I really like, said it before. He has a lot of early season opportunity with Rashee Rice likely being suspended, and I think you can see a jump in improvement from 1 to 2 in what's going to be a high-powered KC offense. Pearsall, I want to talk about having opportunity with Ayuk and now Juwan Jennings hurt. I love that. Hoped we were going to get Purdy, didn't end up happening, so you just kind of got to eat that. And then we got Swift like we wanted. We'll get a little small stack for Ward with Ayumanor, who was someone I liked in Dynasty but didn't get the draft capital I expected it. After Swift, took Shakir. The other wide receivers in this range, especially after like these three, especially go off the board. Like I think Shakir has a higher ceiling than Pittman, Shaheed. Godwin, when he plays, has a higher ceiling, but you're gonna see a lot more games out of Shakir, and I kind of wanted the advance rate. Especially considering the stacking we had done so far, getting 2 San Fran, playing into that game a little bit. I thought we might be able to do some shit later that really ups our overall ceiling without needing to go super team heavy. B-Rob got a nice value ADP wise for him. Same with Jalen Warren. We're feeling pretty good at running back right now. I don't love Warren, but at 105, we'll take it. Burden, just to play further in that KC Chicago game, we almost nearly got Caleb way after ADP. Hand up, I should have realized that this guy had taken London and taken Penix first and then hopefully gotten Pitts. There's certainly a chance that he takes Pitts there. So it is what it is. Took Stevenson just because there was a value. And that we assumed I was going to close out the running back room. Got a pretty good value on Chubb, which we just talked about, which made me get back in there. Cam Ward plays San Fran and KC 15 and 16. Maybe gives us a little bit better advance rate through those rounds, and we just need quarterbacks at this point. Stafford to play into Puka. I also think he's fairly undervalued right now. I took him above ADP just because I kind of had to. Almost got Geno at good ADP. Didn't. So knowing that I was going to take Dart, we played a little bit more into that Vegas game, taking Thornton. Already talked about Chubb. Took Dart. You're really just hoping that Dart plays 3 games. Like that's what you're taking him as your third quarterback, is you manage to scrape by with Cam Ward and Matthew Stafford, and then Dart happens to play in those 3 weeks that matter tournament-wise. And then you get the 1 game with Las Vegas that we just stacked up a little bit more into, and then we got a target for Cam Ward, got our 7th wide receiver in Ayumanor. That's it for this draft. I will be back again tomorrow, as always. Until our season starts, I'll be here every day. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Draft well. Be safe. Peace. I'll see you tomorrow.